Hi guys, this is our first blended lesson. It's Unit 2, Lesson 2. I will give you the disclaimer right now that this is a new program to me, so I am practicing as well. We are multiplying and dividing by 6. Our lesson focus is to explore patterns in six count bys, multiplication and divisions, and solve multiplication problems. So we've already done ones, twos, threes, fours, fives, and nines. We've also done tens, which is actually down here. The ones that we haven't really focused on are the sixes, sevens, and eights. Of course, we've done them going against others, but there's some like 6 times 6, 7 times 6, and 8 times 6. This little group of 9 that we really haven't covered. So we're going to focus on those, which I always thought were the hardest ones. Okay, so if you should have your math board out. So from your math board, we are going to do what we've been doing with finding our groups. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to circle a group of 6. So now we have one group of 6, and that equals 6. Okay? And then we're also, now we need 2 groups. So now I'm going to do another group of 6. And so now I have 2 groups of 6, and that equals 12. Now if I do a third one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I end at 3 groups of 6, and it equals 18. Now we've been doing this a lot, so I want you to pause the video right now, and I want you guys to work on doing the rest of this through 10 groups of 6. Okay, so you've done it, so I'm gonna real quick go and do mine. So now I've got 4 groups of 6 equals 24. Then I've got 5 groups of 6, and that equals 30. And then 6 groups of 6, one problem we've never done, equals 36. And then 6 groups equals 42, or 7 groups of 6 equals 42. I'm doing this with my finger, so sometimes I can't quite see. Then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 8 groups of 6 equals 48. 9 groups of 6, which we have done, we know equals 54, because 5 plus 4 equals 9, and we know all multiples of 9 equal 9. And then we do 10 times 6 equals 60. So we've now practiced that, and there is a activity page that you have, page 92 in your SAB book, and it goes over, and so the blue chart talks about you can use 6's multiplication that you know to find 6's multiplication that you don't know. Here are some of the strategies for 6 times 6. So we've already done 6 times 1, 6 times 2, 6 times 3, etc. So we've already done 6 times 5. So the first strategy says start with 5 times 6 and count by 6 from there. So 5 times 6 is 30. And the next count by would be 36. So 6 times 6 is 36. Another strategy is to just double 3's multiplication. So 6 times 6 is twice of 6 times 3, so which is 18. So 6 times 6 equals 18 plus 18 equals 36. You can use the 6's, the 3's to find the 6, because if you did 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, you'll notice that every other number, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, is a multiple of 6. The third strategy is to combine two multiplications you know. And so we've done this when we were doing area. It shows you the strategy right here. So we know 4 times 6 and 2 times 6, so we can actually add those two problems together to get 6 times 6. And then we could also do a drawing of it, which would show us 6 groups of 6 is 4 groups of 6 plus 2 groups of 6. The fourth strategy is to add 6 onto 6's multiplication before or subtract 6 from multiplication ahead. So if you have 5 times 6 equals 30, add 6 more and you get 36. But also if you wanted to find, 9 times 6 is 54. So if you wanted to know 8 times 6, you would subtract 6. So 9 times 6 equals 54. And subtract 6 and you get 48. So 8 times 6 equals 48. Okay, so I want you to work these out. Oops, sorry, did not mean to do that line. I want you to work these problems out. So I'm going to help you with the first one. Choose one of the strategies above and show how you can use it to find 7 times 6. So my strategy is going to be strategy number 1. So let me erase some of this stuff so we have a little more room. And so, it does not want to erase with my finger. So I know that 5 times 6 equals 30. So if I add 30 plus 6, it equals 36. And that's 6 times 6. And now I want to do 36 plus 6 equals, and that would be 42. And that's going to equal 7 times 6. So I just added on. So I used one of my strategies. And now I want you to work this out. So pause the video and you're going to choose one of the other strategies and show how you could use it to find 8 times 6. Okay, you're back. So one of the strategies that I used for 8 times 6, I decided to do 2 problems that I already knew. So I know that 4 times 6 equals 24, and 4 times 6 equals 24. And if I add those together, it's going to actually be 8 times 6, and it's going to equal 48. So that's how I used it. I could have also added on, because I know 42 is 7 times 6, I could have added another 6 there too. So my answer would be 48. Okay, you have 3 pieces of homework. Your first one is this. This problem, they have the answers are down here. This is what we used to do for morning work. So I just want you to practice. On the back of it, it actually has a lot of the problems. So go ahead and do that. You can obviously do any of these with a partner. The next one I want you to work on. I'm going to have to erase that, sorry. The next one is your homework, and so you can work with a partner and just put what their name is so I know who your helper is. You're going to figure out the unknown numbers, so doing the problems, and then work the problems. Remember, you can always look in your notebook and see the strategies for solving a word problem. Those are definitely helpful. And then finally, our last one is your remembering. This is stuff that we've already done. Remembering means that it should be our knowledge. So it's everything that we've done in Unit 1 or you even did in 2nd and 1st grade. But I will tell you, I do not care about that. I want you to just solve the problem. Don't worry about array multiplication, array division. I want you to just focus on using your strategies to solve word problems. Also, make sure when you're stretching your thinking, you're using a complete sentence. You're really telling me, how did you do it? Think that you are talking to me. I always say with writing, if you can think it, you can say it. If you can say it, you can write it. So I just want you to think like you're talking to me. How would you tell me you got it? Okay, use your vocabulary words that we've used. Talk it out with a friend if you need to before you start writing it out. But I really want you to think about, I didn't just know it. How did I get it? What strategy did I use? So that's your homework. Go ahead and do that. And then there's some more videos on Blackboard that you could check out too.